There's remodeling, and then there's remodeling building entire houses. We've got somebody who's an expert on all ends. Stay tuned for this one, everybody. Welcome, everyone, Your Little Castle Show, where we're highlighting leaders in our community who are making an impact, who have started businesses, who've come out and said, I can do this better than the others. Is that where this came from? Welcome our guest here. I'm going to put his title up on the screen. Justin Brown. There it is. The owner, founder, BD Build, LLC. Welcome, Justin.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
He's one of the most interactive guests we've had. We have some AI stuff. We're a technology business, and the AI was sending him messages, and he's saying, "Yeah, man, I'm looking forward." He gave me the fist pump. I'm pumped. Yeah, that was good. Yeah. But he's also understands how you market these days. He's got a lot of great stuff on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and a good-looking website. So. With that, we'll jump in and talk a little bit about not just remodeling, but remodeling entire houses. Is that right? Pretty
it's
cool.
Kind of our specialty.
There it is. And that's cool. First, shout out to our sponsors, Carroll House Furniture, because you like nice things. You might have a beautiful house that was rebuilt by Mr. Brown here, and because you like nice things in your little castle that might have been remodeled and reconstructed by Mr. Brown here, DB Builds. But with that, let's put up on the wall our information about your business. You have got a lot of good stuff out there. Thanks for coming in to see us here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you. The weather's getting a little better. We had it's been cold here in St. Louis for a minute.
Yeah, it was a rough weekend.
Yeah, it got to where, I have a hot tub.
Oh, nice.
And I decided to fix the heater thinking that, I could bear the cold, until the pipe froze. And so then I had to leave it. So I went and bought, I bought this for this purpose before. I bought hot pond or aquarium heaters for this purpose. And I used one, and I had to go out, and I have a little pond out in front of the house too. And I said, well, I got the real professional one they were supposed to use, and I had those sitting there. One was still in the box. And I'm like, it'll barely get it over. It's got this thing pretty warm.
Oh, nice.
But it keeps it from freezing. You don't want to freeze your pipes. You'd be calling Justin here saying, I need to have this kitchen remodeled because it blew everything out, the floor in the basement and whatever.
Sure.
But what led you here? This is something you decided to kind of tackle and go off on your own?
It is. I was a DIYer. My dad was a DIYer. I grew up around tools. Grew up around construction projects, like, with my dad, my grandpa, and just always have had a passion for it. I spent 10 years in the Army.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you. I was a government contractor afterwards, and just kind of never really had a passion for what I was doing, and I'd always went back to the tools. Always did my own projects. Always did my own stuff around the house. I had rental properties, and it just seemed like it was time. I turned 50 last year, so it's time to just kind of
quit. Welcome to the club.
Yeah. Just kind of time to quit fighting it.
I had him pegged for like 36. All right.
Yeah, I got a haircut. So
all right. Maybe I should do that. But so you just decided to make a run of it. And you've been in construction doing this for many years, 20 plus years of experience. You can see here we've got on his title tag. But the last few years now with your own company, how many years have you had your own company now?
Well, technically 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then last year things just kind of went crazy because people figured out what you're doing, and business has grown, and now you're trying to reach out to even more people. But what is you said your core product is remodeling houses.
Entire homes. It started out, business starts out, if you have friends and family and they support you. And so we had an opportunity to do a whole house remodel of a house that a family member bought. But it was a full basement remodel. We added a golf simulator in the basement.
We've got some pictures of that. We'll show.
And
that's cool.
It just went so well. Like, it was just well organized. We have a great team. We did it start to finish. It ended up being 3,400 square feet finished.
Oh wow.
We did it in 52 days.
Wow, 3,400. That's a big house too.
Yeah.
I know a little bit. The house I currently live in is 3,300 square feet, and it's a 2-story with a basement that you can put in there too. I wouldn't count that in the total, but yeah, those are bigger than average. And you had 52 days.
52 days. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
52 working days.
Right.
Yep.
So, how much of that did you tear it down to the studs? Did you tear off did you just go starting off with the foundation?
Well, the upstairs was, we reconfigured some things, but the upstairs was pretty intact, but it was dated. So we eliminated a lot of, kitchens, baths, flooring. We had to do drywall work. We removed some walls, took down some areas, but the basement was completely unfinished.
Okay.
We added a bar, the golf simulator, 2 bedrooms and a living space and a gym downstairs.
Now we're talking a gym and a golf sim. I'm going to jump over to that golf simulator we keep talking about. If you go here to the on Justin's website, and there it is. Look at that. I'm going to put this up here on the wall for everybody to take a look at. But tell everybody what's going on with this thing, man.
So the basement.
How long did that particular? Yeah, it's in the basement, obviously.
Yeah, it is the basement. Unfortunately, the basement was. It had 9-foot ceilings, but it's not really enough for a golf simulator by the time you drop the ceiling a little bit. So we actually removed the basement floor, dug down 22 inches, and then brought it back up 12. But all the plumbing ran through there. The perimeter drain system, everything. Behind that screen, there's a backup sump pump and a regular sump pump and a backup. And then we added all the drywall, all the lighting, all the simulator stuff, the screen, the pads, the turf. Did some LED lighting.
Yeah, you're talking about tearing out the cement floor, and that allowed you to do.
Actually,
gain 12 inches off it.
It was, and
10-foot floors now.
We took them out an egress window. The guys that did that, it was 1,500 5-gallon buckets of material taken out the egress window.
Yeah, you got to have your egress down there to make that
a bedroom
code and all that. Yeah, for to count it as a bedroom. Wow, so you've got some pretty heavy duty stuff.
Oh yeah, right off the bat.
And what is it? I mean, tell me a little bit more. What is your passion towards this? Where did this come from? As a matter of, did you have the confidence to start off with this, and you just kind of got thrown into it? You're like, I can do that. And
well,
you went for it.
Yes and no. I mean, there was a couple sleepless nights. We had, of course, we got it all taken out, and that night, it rained. The night before they were going to pour concrete or form it up for concrete, it rained. So, I think I went over there 3 times during the night we had an emergency pump in there. And, but I don't know. We had engineering. We had a plan. We don't cut any corners on that. We actually dug down below the footing. So there's actually a method to do that. We hire the right people to engineer that plan, and we just execute that plan.
Do you think your background for having this with Dad and everything, 20 plus years of experience going into this helped you?
After my 10 years in the military, I did go to school. I did graduate with an industrial engineering degree from Carbondale.
Okay.
And so that background, and then we're rule followers. We like to follow code. We go above code. So hiring an engineer seems like the smartest, safest thing to do.
Yep.
Don't like to take risk. Try to be risk avoidant. But yeah, it just so that helps with our confidence to do those things.
Yeah, well, it takes enough confidence just to jump into something like if you were to tell me I was going to have to build somebody's house, I'd be a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
But given your background, you've got a lot of experience to go in and do that.
Sure.
And so that's what you've been doing. But you'll do anything. Tell me what is the range for what you'll do? Is it including you'll do a kitchen remodel? You'll do a bathroom remodel?
Yeah. We do a lot of kitchen remodels. Okay. We do a lot of bathroom remodels.
Okay.
I'm gonna
go back to that portfolio.
Oh yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
We do small additions. And I say small. It's just that's what's been offered to us. We did a room addition on the back of a house, which they put a kitchen in, so that was a room addition plus a kitchen. We're not afraid to tackle, the bigger projects. It's just we're just not home builders. You know what I mean? We're remodelers, and that's kind of where we want to stay. We'll do a outbuilding, freestanding pavilion. We'll do a pavilion off of an existing home, but we're really trying to recreate what's already there and just make it better.
Yeah, I'd say to say the least, because when you're talking about digging down, pulling out cement to give people an extra 12 inches so they can put the whole simulator in the house there. Did you see the pictures of that work? It's behind us on the wall here, but there's a whole portfolio here. You can go to browndogbuild.com/portfolio, or just go to browndogbuild.com and click the portfolio button up in here in the top right corner. I'll put that up. So, what are you talking about, Cowboy? There, you can see it now. But that button up here, it's underneath the ABC 30 logo there. But you can see all this work, and you got some stuff that is extensive. This is like Taj Mahal kind of stuff.
Thank you.
It looks really good. But with what are some of the responses you've gotten? What kind of reviews, testimonials have you heard from some of your clients?
We've had great reviews. Actually, I don't do any real marketing. I don't send out flyers. I don't cold call. Pretty much all of our work has come from referrals from other clients. So, which is awesome. I mean, it just saves, it saves a ton of money. It saves a ton of time. I kind of tell everybody when I meet with them, we have two or three major goals. We're going to do a very good job for you. We're going to do what we say we're going to do, and we want to be friends at the end of it. Because, there's an old kind of sales thing, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And so that's, who are you going to refer? Someone you're friends with now? It just makes sense.
Well, there's some method to that, too. Would you say that if it's somebody I know, like, and trust, then I can go back and say, hey, man, we got to fix this little thing here, this little thing, and there's no problem with, hey, I can be real direct with the people that I know, like, and trust, because they're going to take care of it.
Yeah.
That's why I know, like, and trust them, because they do a good job.
Yeah.
Well, you put together an extensive business here in 3 years, doing great, and a lot of great work you've got there. We're going to jump into a little bit of some of the community stuff we've got going on. There's always something fun going on. If you would like to invite the Cowboy to come out to your event, I get asked to do that probably 15 or 20 times a year, and I try to show up. My old buddy Tom asked me, he says, come down and see my buddy's band playing out there. It's my band, my buddy's band. I'm not sure. And we'll put that on the schedule down there at Bobby's place. So he's one of the owners there, and he said, come on down. But any kind of fun you've got like that when you're doing positive things to help better our community and bring a little joy, a little excitement, invite the Cowboy. With that, we were invited to a golf tournament here that was for those called Will Be Inspired, and helping people who've been through PSTD, and helping those that support us in our military. Check it out. Okay. Hey everybody, it's John Fogarty.
Thank you.
You're kind of a musician on the side, right?
Yeah, I'm going to sing a little bit later today, but not until after the golf.
Right. Summit. Great organization. We love you guys. Great interview we had.
Yeah, we had a great time on the podcast.
That was fun, man. That aired on ABC about 6 months ago.
Yeah, probably 6 months ago. It's right fall, I think. So maybe a little more.
Well, you guys do good work. Tell me why you love this event here. You're supporting Will.
Yeah, so Will Be Inspired golf tournament. Veterans, first responders, 100% everything goes right back into it. So always support the best and try to take care of ours and take care of us. Thank you, guys.
That's awesome. There we go. All right, everybody. We'll be back for more. Giddy up.
His name is Carter Rethwich, but in St. Louis, he's known as the Cardinal Cowboy. He's a well-known fixture in the stands at sporting events in the Gateway City. He's one of its greatest cheerleaders, a super fan like no other. When he makes his rounds at almost every home game, he shares his love for sports with the rest of fandom with a smile, a cheer, some positive encouragement, and lots of selfies and pics. But the Cardinal Cowboy was born of a tragic incident. Rethwich was an aspiring athlete in high school and college. He dreamed of playing in the big leagues, but those dreams ended when he and 3 of his college friends were hit with a devastating crash by a 5-time drunk driver. One of his best friends died. Carter suffered a critical head injury. The trauma put him in a coma for 6 days. The doctors said he was never expected to function again. Those expectations never came true. He fought back and finished college. He was determined to prove the doctors wrong. Among other inspirations, it was his love of baseball that kept him going, and from his near-death experience, the Cardinal Cowboy emerged. His goal in life became to inspire others with positivity despite the odds, to help people believe in themselves and achieve their dreams.
So after my coma, I realized that it was up to me if I was going to accomplish my goals, if I was going to reach my dreams. Despite what the naysayers would say, the people that were discouraging me, like they do everyone, it's up to me if I'm going to make it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It's up to you. You decide whether you're going to succeed, whether you're going to reach your goals. Dream, and then always, always chase your dreams. Never give up. Giddy up. Hey, we're looking for the small business owners and leaders in our community to be on our show. This is the Your Little Castle Show. We air 3 times a week, every week on ABC, and we would like to put somebody you know, or maybe it's you, who's a business owner to be on our show. You'll sit right here in our guest chair, right here, sitting here talking to us. We're going to put on the wall your website and everything about you, and highlight you as a leader. Fill out the form you see here on our website. It's bigleagues.com, and if you go to bigleagues.com, fill out this form. It takes just a couple seconds, and you can even schedule yourself right here. Schedule yourself to be on the show, and there is no charge for us to record you. There's no charge to be in the studio. Check it out if you would like to be on. Fill out the form again, bigleagues.com. This is where we can turn any interview into a series of clips. Check that out. Go to bigleagues.com. So there it is, everybody. And media changes the way the world has evolved. Magnetize your media. Pick up our book, Magnetize Media. It's a #1 seller on Amazon. Yours truly wrote the foreword. They said, Cardi, you essentially wrote the first chapter. But I talk about how effective this stuff is if you do it right. And people now, they see you around and can tell you're doing stuff, but you got a phone in your pocket. And we got an expert here that's done a lot of that. Tell me a little bit of how media has changed the way you do business, and why it is that you've got a blog, you've got a website, you've got an Instagram. All these things help you to get your name out there a little bit.
Well, and I mean, I guess anybody like kind of my age, you have a little rejection towards it at first. You know, you're like, I don't know. And then my son-in-law and a good friend of mine have really inspired me to keep up with it. I find myself like, you know, getting too busy sometimes, and then I forget about it. But I mean, that's what people want to see. They like the visual aids. You know, they want to see what that would look like in their house. So it does inspire me to do that. And, you know, as long as they're short, I did do some kind of full-length videos on YouTube in kind of my furniture side of, I wouldn't even say business, just my hobby. And, man, it was so hard. But the short stuff is pretty cool. Like, I enjoy doing that.
Well, I mean, you have a responsibility as a business owner to get your name out there. And it used to be if you did the Yellow Pages, which I worked for the Yellow Pages for a period of time, by the way, guys.
Gosh.
I was helping them transition to the technology side of the world. Was the #1 consultant sales rep for a marketing automation system. But literally, like, if you're not taking advantage of the stuff, now you'll get left behind. You've got to put stuff out there. But you've got an extensive Instagram following, you've got a YouTube channel, you've got a TikTok as well, and then Facebook we had up here. He said, let's highlight the Instagram, so that's what we were putting on the wall there. You can see that up there. But that literally, like, here is how you get, and this, do you think this has helped you generate some of the business that you've...
I do. I think, you know, I'm always, you know, you put something out there and you're like, oh man, is it going to do all right? And to be honest with you, like, when we started that golf simulator and we're just jackhammering the concrete out of the basement, I did a video, and seriously, it was like, it was nothing. Like, it was nothing spectacular, but it got like 200-something thousand views.
200,000.
That day, I had to turn my phone off because the
alerts coming.
I didn't know how to use it, so like I don't even know how to turn the alerts off. So finally, I just powered my phone off, and I was like, oh, this is insane.
Yeah, I have to show people a lot of times how to shut down alerts. Each app is allowed, permissions or not, especially with Android.
Sure, yeah.
And so, yeah, you were getting buzzed like crazy with 200.
Yeah, and I'm an Android guy, so like,
okay.
yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm with you on that. I do both, but I favor Android personally. But good stuff. Well, tell me then, give me a quick cost analysis. There's a lot of ways people can go about getting construction done and doing remodeling. But what are some of the ways you recommend that people go versus what the mistakes they can make? Why should somebody spend the time, the money to do this the right way?
Oh, I mean, it's your home. I mean,
Right.
I'm not interested in doing it the wrong way. There's too much risk involved. There's health concerns, just the financial investment. We're set on doing it right the first time. So I don't want callbacks. I don't want frustrations. That's the main thing. I guess the second thing would be, like, you worked hard for that money, right? And you want to spend it in the right spots, in the right places. Kitchens and baths are really good, return on investment for people.
Yeah.
And it's kind of that's one of the things that is people call me the most about.
Yeah, when you want to do an investment in your house, a kitchen and bath, basement finishes. I mean, and you've gotten where now you do full houses for people. Like
Yeah,
they come in
yeah.
and say, we want the whole place redone.
Yeah.
We're taking
We did 4 of those in 2025.
4 houses, and besides all the other stuff you do,
Yeah.
4 houses. That would take a few months. You said 52 days on the one.
Yeah, on the one, and the other one stretched out a little longer because of just logistics and waiting on some materials. But yeah,
That's quite a job. Well, if you got somebody you know who's an expert, and you need to get a cost analysis, that's what we're talking about here.
yeah,
Justin can make sure you get the right bid in place because he can do it all from top to bottom, including the entire house, which is kind of a unique skill to have. Well, tell me then, a lot of people might be guessing now, why should somebody choose you? Give me the breakdown. What kind of sets you apart?
Well, one of the ways is how I do my pricing. Very rarely do I give a fixed cost, and at first, people don't know how to take that. Like, I try to build a relationship with people, even in the estimating process or like the dream process. Build a relationship with them, show up on time for your appointment, have a conversation with them, kind of feel out who they are, let them get comfortable with you, and build trust. And I'll get to that. A lot of people want to have a fixed cost. They want to say, this bathroom remodel is going to be $36,000. Well, what I found is we do cost plus model almost 95% of the time.
Okay.
Explain that. It's going to be what it costs plus my markup. And basically that's materials, that's labor, and then markup. And I'm completely transparent.
People could even see the margin that you're making.
Absolutely. I'm completely transparent.
That's pretty cool.
On those big remodels, I sat down with the client every Saturday, go over receipts, we go over labor, go over materials purchased, and the markup or the margin is right there, and I get a check every Saturday.
And people are happy to pay that because they've seen the results and they see the way their project's coming along.
Yeah.
And you've likely increased the value of their home too.
Sure, and one of the biggest comments that we get, like the client would come home or stop by, because when we're doing those whole house remodels, these people didn't live there. I mean, we have the whole house tore apart. So they would stop by at the end of their work day or periodically and be like, I can't believe how much you guys got done. You've been here 6 hours. So it's like when you sit down on Saturday and you go over labor, you go over materials, it's an easy conversation. Like, we do good work, we do quick work. I make a joke. You're not going to come over and see us sitting on buckets, we're working. So it usually works out in the client's favor. If you give a fixed cost, you're accounting for all the potential scenarios that you could come across. And in business, if you didn't account for them, you're losing money.
Yeah, they're going to somebody say, well, we're not paying for that. It wasn't in the initial tab, so you don't want to be pinned down because it's best served to give your client that spread so you can say, hey, there's things that change. You're going to find, we don't know what's behind that wall kind of thing. I've heard that story too, and especially when you're digging out basements and putting in new floors, there's a lot of variables that might be, so what do you find underneath the concrete? But putting in new plumbing and all the stuff that you've done there. I like to emphasize there's lots of certifications and accolades and get kinds of past tests, especially in our space, if you get Google certified and all those kinds of fun things. But one of your strongest elements you bring to the table is 10 years in the military. Do you think that helped give you some discipline? Tell me a little about your
For sure,
experience
and just the leadership, and you know, being able to predict, react, manage a team. It's very important. Manage subcontractors, manage clients.
there. Did you hear that? Manage clients, everybody. We need to be managed sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Partly, that's how you do
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I mean, and really, a lot of that's in the form of advice.
Right.
It's not you know, managing a crisis. It's you know, communicating. You mentioned, like, you know, I communicate nonstop with my clients. Had a conversation in your driveway with one of my clients before I came in.
Right.
Yeah, but like, so that's managing, right? Like, because the worst thing they want to know is nothing. They want to. It's their project. They're paying money for. They want to know what's going on.
Don't go dark. You've got to communicate.
Right. Right.
And there's all kinds of means to do that, whether that's a text, an email, a call,
Sure.
or the good old-fashioned face-to-face, or that phone call to get to talk to people directly.
Yeah.
What do you think some of the benefits? You're a great example of this because you're doing big jobs that big companies can do, but you're a small business. What are the benefits of working with a small business owner like yourself?
Exactly what I said. Communicate. You're going to communicate with me.
I like that.
I always have. We have the same 4 guys. We have an excellent team. I always tell my clients, if they're here and I'm not, they can answer the question just like me. They're an extension of me. They all know the project. They know everything about it. I communicate with them as much as I do the client. I'm not a hands-off contractor. You will see me on the job sites. You will see me every day usually. My team will see me every day. So I think it really boils down to the level of communication and the level of care with the client. I'm sure big companies do it well, but you know, we like being small and just kind of.
I'm with you. If you got a problem, give me a call. I'll take care of it directly. Likewise, there's not second level manager or the vice president. Right. Then you talk to the owner. You go direct right here, and that's what really can set you apart to get these things done. So if you had, as we finish up here,
Sure.
got another. We're going to go on our second set of questions here. We're going to ask the next question. We'll start off with next show is what's the biggest mistake people make? Give me the 30-second version of that, and we'll finish it. Watch our second show too, everybody.
Yeah.
Biggest mistake people make in this when they're starting to do some remodeling.
I think in this age with Facebook and there's all kinds of, you know, connection pages, like people go there for their source of contractor. I think that you should just talk to your friends, talk to your family, who have they used, because you know everybody has an opinion on Facebook. Somebody will post, need a kitchen remodel. There'll be 100 people that get selected, but like that, those people haven't been vetted. You know, like they're just not.
Look it up, everybody, and see what kind of experience they bring to the table. Did they serve 10 years in our military? Do they have 20 years of experience in the industry? And have they started their own company from scratch that's done very well and been very successful? Stay tuned for our second half hour. We're going to record it right now. You may watch it later. You can watch it the following day, typically on ABC. We're on 5 times a week, starting Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We've been doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but stay tuned for more, everybody. Giddy up.